Hello dear students. In this video I will explain you about how to compute the deductions under section 80G with one more example question. In the last video I had explained you about the computation with one example question. So today with one more question we will try to understand more about the computation part of this deductions under section 80G. The second question goes like this. Following donations were made by Mr. R. Khanna. Kargil Fund rupees 12,000, National Foundation for Communal Harmony rupees 15,000, National Blood Transfusion Council rupees 20,000, Rajiv Gandhi Foundation rupees 16,000, Mangalore University rupees 5,000, to renovation of local temple rupees 13,000, construction of school building rupees 56,000, blankets to inmates of an orphanage rupees 18,000, diamond crown of Lord Krishna rupees 1 lakh. Health center for family planning rupees 30,000. His gross total income of rupees 10 lakh included short-term capital gains of rupees 1 lakh, taxable at 15%. He repaid rupees 50,000 as interest to bank towards education loan and rupees 50,000 towards principal taken to pursue MBA. We are asked to compute his total income. So let's work out this question. Already you know the basics of deductions under section 80G. As you know, it is about donations. An assessee can donate the share of his income to various purposes, and all those donations while computing will be classified into two categories as without limit donations and with limit donations. Then again, those donations, once they become qualified, rate will be applied either at 100% or 50% of the balance. So with that procedure, donations are to be calculated or will be claimed as deduction under section 80. Let's work out. As you know, first we have to take up the gross total income. Let me write the gross total income first. So in the question, as you know, gross total income, they have given it as rupees 10 lakh. So let me take 10 lakh first into consideration. 10 lakh is the gross total income. So from the gross total income, when we claim deductions, the balance will be taken as total income. So total income or taxable income on which tax is to be applied. So let's go for deductions now. Let's deductions under section 80. So when I say deductions under section 80, it is not just about 80G. There are various deductions starting from 80C to 80U. So we have to try to claim all those deductions. First of all, it is about 80C, but the thing is that in this question we don't have any information about 80C or any of 80C, CCC and CCD. So we can't use those sections. Then we can try 80D. Why 80D means under 80D there is a clause that is preventive health checkup. Though you have not taken the treatment or health checkup, you have gone for health checkup, you can still claim rupees 5,000. That is a standard amount which is given there. So that's why we can try to claim that on behalf of this assessee, preventive health checkup, that's rupees 5,000. 80D is actually meant for medical insurance premium. In that there is a clause for preventive health checkup, so that gives you 5,000 rupees advantage. After 80D, 80DD, DDB, DD, DDB and all. Again, we don't have information about all those sections, but we can try 80E. After 80D, next is 80E. Why 80E? Because if you look at the question, we see he repaid rupees 50,000 as interest to bank towards education loan he has taken for pursuing his MBA. So 80E gives you that advantage. You can claim the interest you are paying for the loan you have taken for education purposes. Only interest. That's why I write interest on education loan. In the deduction itself, they have given interest on education loan. That means what? You can't claim the principal amount you are paying or amount you are paying towards principal. So that's why education loan, whatever the amount you have paid, 50,000, you can try. So in this question, assessee has paid 50,000 towards interest and 50,000 towards principal, but principal is not allowed and interest is allowed. So that's why interest on education loan 50,000 we have claimed. So then comes 80G. So the next section we can try is ATG, and this question is all about ATG only mainly. So ATG, as you know, is for donations. Let's work out donations then, how donations will be calculated or will be claimed as a deduction. So as I said already, in the donations we have two parts. One is without limit donations and other one is with limit donations. Without limit, I'm sorry for the mistakes I'm committing here while writing. Without limit donations. So when I say without limit donations, we have to classify the without limit donations by looking at the question. So the first one we see Kargil Fund. Kargil Fund is definitely a without limit donation. So that's why we will take it here. Kargil Fund. Kargil Fund rupees 12,000. Kargil Fund 12,000 rupees. Next one, National Foundation for Communal Harmony. This is also falls under the without limit category only. National Foundation for Communal Harmony. I will shorten it. Rupees 15,000. National Foundation for Communal Harmony also eligible for deduction under section 80 G under without limit category. And next we have National Blood Transfusion Council. National Blood Transfusion Council also falls under without limit category only, so that falls at 20,000 rupees. Then we have Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, and that is rupees 16,000. 16,000 rupees. The interesting thing about Rajiv Gandhi Foundation is that while classifying or while for qualifying, it comes under without limit category, but when it comes to application of rate, it does not fall under 100% category, or you can't claim 100% of Rajiv Gandhi Foundation donation. It falls under 50% of the balance there. That's how I will explain later. Then we have Mangalore University. Mangalore University also falls under this category only, because the list which is given by the Income Tax Act makes any university in India or educational institution, means donation given to any university or educational institution as without limit donation. So that's why we will take 5,000 rupees. That 5,000 rupees is taken here. Next we have renovation of local temple. Renovation of local temple is not eligible for deduction. That's not given in the list. Construction of school building, this can be taken under with limit category as approved institution, so cannot be the part of without limit donation. Blankets to inmates of an orphanage. Blankets, you see blankets which is in kind. So any donation which is given in kind is not eligible for deduction. Then diamond crown, there also we see it is in kind. Diamond crown is also not eligible for deduction. Then health center for family planning, well, that is eligible for deduction under with limit category, so that we will take in the next head. So one of the important condition is met here, that is not to be in kind. And one more condition we have met, any donation which is given in cash above 10,000 should be given in either check or draft or any other modes of payment, but not cash. So less than 10,000 can be paid in cash, but not more than 10,000 should be in cash. So all such conditions have been fulfilled. So together now we will find out the total of without limit donations. Kargil Fund 12,000, 12 plus 15, 27, 27 plus 20, 47, 47 plus 16, 63, 63 plus 5, 68,000. That's how I calculate 68,000. We will take it here for qualification. So 68,000 got qualified for deduction under without limit category. Next comes with the limit category. With the limit donations. So with limit donations, there are only two as per the analysis now. So you see renovation of local temple not eligible, but construction of school building. Construction of school building is eligible. That's worth rupees 56,000. 56,000. Then we have blankets to inmates not eligible, diamond crown not eligible. Then second one, Health Center for Family Planning. Health Center for Family Planning. So this is an important donation, 30,000 rupees. Health Center for Family Planning, 30,000 rupees. So put together 56 plus 30, 86,000. I will keep it in the particulars column only, because there is a rule when it comes to with limit. Entire amount of with limit donations are not eligible for deduction fully or directly. We have to find out the qualifying amount by applying a formula, and the formula is actual donation. I will write the formula here. Actual donation or 10% of adjusted total income, whichever is less. So this is the formula. Actual donation or 10% of adjusted total income. That means we have to find out the 10% of adjusted total income now. Actual donation is 86,000 or 10% of adjusted total income. So to find out the 10% of adjusted total income, we have a formula, another formula, and that formula is adjusted total income is equal to gross total income minus LTCG minus STCG at 15% minus 80C2 80U except 80G. This is the formula as per the income tax rules provided. So when we apply this formula, so first we will have to take the gross total income. What's the gross total income? 10 lakh. That is already given in the question at the beginning, 10 lakh minus LTCG amount. If we have any long-term capital gains earned by the assessee provided in the question, then that should be deducted. So it is not available in the question, so don't worry about that. Then comes STCG at 15%. You see in the question we are given with short-term capital gains of rupees 1 lakh. Short-term capital gains of rupees 1 lakh has been received by this assessee. So now we can deduct this, which is already included in the gross total income. So that's why you need not show it anywhere again. 1 lakh I will deduct here. Then 80C to 80U. After deducting short-term capital gain as per the formula, we have to deduct any deductions which are already claimed starting from 80C to 80U. So when we look at that, 80D and 80E we have claimed. Between 80C to 80U except 80G, we have claimed 80D and 80E. So 50 plus 5, 55,000. So the resulting balance will be the adjusted total income. So 1 lakh minus 10 lakh minus 1 lakh results in 9 lakh. 9 lakh minus 55,000 results in 8 lakh 45,000. 8 lakh 45,000. Okay. I will write it here only, is equal to 8 lakh 45,000, and we need 10% of this, right? So 10% of 8 lakh 45,000, that means it will result in 84,500. 84,500. So as per the rule, either actual donation or 10% of adjusted total income, whichever is less. Between these two, whichever is less is qualifying, it will be qualified for deduction. So whichever is less means 84,500. So I will write it here, 84,500 rupees. Now this is the amount which gets qualified for deduction from with limit category. If the total donation of without limit gets qualified for deduction, only between these two, whichever is less gets qualified for deduction under section 80G under with limit category. So this is how they have made it. So it's a win-win situation for both assessee and the income tax department. Reasonable benefits for both the parties. That's why they have made these rules. Now when we put together 84,500, so let me try this. 500 will remain as it is. 8 plus 4, 12. 12 means 6 plus 8, 14 plus 1, 15, 1,52,500. So please check it once. 1,52,500 rupees is the total qualifying amount from these two. 500, 8 plus 4, 12, 1 is the balance, 6 plus 8, 14 plus 1, 15, 1,52,500. So this is the qualifying amount. Now the important thing is about claiming deductions now. Again, under 80G, the important aspect is application of rate. So let's apply rate. So there are two rates. One is 100%, other one is 50% of the balance. So 100% of, we have to claim whatever the donations which are already written there. Among those donations, there are certain donations which fall under without limit donation category and also eligible for 100% deduction. Means whatever you have donated, you can fully deduct them. So such donations are Kargil Fund. First one is Kargil Fund, 100% of Kargil Fund. Then National Blood Transfusion Council. See this one. Kargil Fund 100% eligible. National Foundation for Communal Harmony, that is also 100%. Then National Blood Transfusion Council. Then Rajiv Gandhi Foundation is not eligible for 100% deduction. They have not included that in the list of 100% deduction rate. So that's why that will not be taken into consideration. Mangalore University is also eligible for 100% deduction. And one more thing which gets 100% deduction is, that is in the with limit category, family planning. Means donation given for health center for family planning purpose. So I will write family planning purpose. So 100% off means any amount which is donated towards these causes. It may be Kargil Fund, National Foundation for Communal Harmony, National Blood Transfusion Council, to Mangalore University, and for family planning purposes, they are eligible for 100% deduction. So the total of these donations, let me try. Kargil Fund 12,000, National Foundation for Communal Harmony 15,000, 15 plus 12, 27,000, National Blood Transfusion Council 20,000, 47,000, and Mangalore University 5,000, 47 plus 5, 52,000, 52,000 plus, I will make it simple for you here. Kargil Fund 12,000 plus National Foundation for Communal Harmony 15,000 plus National Blood Transfusion Council 20,000 plus Mangalore University 5,000 plus family planning 30,000. So put together 52,000 plus 30. 12 plus 15, 27 plus 20, 47, 47 plus 5, 52,000, 52,000 plus 30,000, 52 plus 32, 30,000 results in 82,000 rupees. Okay, so that I will write here, 82,000 rupees. 82,000 rupees. Then if this is point number 1, the second one is 50% of the balance. 50% of the balance. What is 50% of the balance? So the total qualifying amount is, you can see here, 1,52,500 total qualifying amount. In this, already we have claimed 100% of 5 items. So 100% of 5 items results in 82,500. So then out of 1,52,500, 1,52,500, if you deduct 82,000, that is 100%, the balance will be 70,500. So let's calculate it. You please calculate it again. I have already calculated this. 70,500. 1,52,500 minus 82,000 results in 70,500. So 50% of 70,500. So the rule is 50% of the balance. Balance is 70,500 and 50% of that means 1 by 2. I have done the calculation here, that is half of 70,500. So total amount qualified at the rate of 100% from 5 donations, 82,000, and from the balance, that is 35,250. So we have to find out the total of these two now. 82,000 plus 35,250. The total will be 0, 5, 2, 5 plus 2, 7, 8 plus 3, 11. Means 1,17,250. 1,17,250. So the total 1,17,250 from 80D. So now the total donations from all three, 5,000 plus 50, 55,000, right? Okay, let me total it. The total of three deductions, 80D, 80E and 80G, comes to 1,72,250. 5,000, 50,000 and 1,17,250 comes to 1,72,250. So from 10 lakh gross total income, when I deduct the deductions claimed under 80, section 80, the balance will be 8,27,750. 8,27,750. So this is our total income. So the total income is 8,27,750. So this is how we calculate the deductions under section 80G. So with the two example questions, I try to explain the computation part of deductions under section 80G. During this lockdown period, it is difficult to engage the classes or to try anything like this. With minimum facilities and stationaries what I had, I try to present this question before you. Hope you like it and understand. The purpose is understanding the explanation. Just follow the steps. There may be you may find some difficulty in understanding or reading the words I have written here, words or numbers, but don't mind. The purpose is, again, as I said, understanding. So try to understand with this, and if you need any further clarification or help, you please feel free to contact me. Use the comment box. Thank you for watching this video. Wish you all the best.